A very pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Eagles Gymnasium on the campus of Trinity Baptist College for exciting NCCAA Division II men's basketball in a South Region competition. Before we begin, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please rise for our opening prayer? Lord Father, we thank you as always for the talents you've given these young men. We ask you to keep them free from all harm and injury on the court. We ask you to take care of the Bruins and their fans as they travel home tonight. And Father, even though we've passed Christmas season, we pray, Lord, that we'll all remember to continue to worship the birth, the death, and the resurrection of our Lord and Savior. In your name we pray. Amen. Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, the National Christian College Athletic Association is committed to the true spirit of competition and upholding the four core values of the game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. We ask that each participant, official, and spectator join us in exhibiting these Christ-like characteristics and help create a positive environment in which to enjoy today's competition. And now, for the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Bruins from Bob Jones University in Greenville, South Carolina. At guard, a 6'3" senior from Harrisburg, North Carolina, number 2, Elijah Couples. At forward, a 6'5" junior from Ramseur, North Carolina, number 3, Trevor Brunson. At guard, a 6'2" graduate student from Greer, South Carolina, number 4, Hayes Brush. At forward, a 6'4" senior from Covington, Georgia, number 33, Kenny Garrick. And at center, a 7-foot junior from Greenville, South Carolina, number 50, Camden Gearhart. And the head coach of the Bob Jones Bruins in his 7th season, Mr. Burton Uero. And now the starting lineup for your home team, Trinity Baptist College Eagles. At guard, a 6'1" junior from Orlando, Florida, number 2, Jace Spinelli. At guard, a 6'1" junior from Valdosta, Georgia, number 4, DJ Thompson. At guard, a 5'11" junior from Quitman, Georgia, number 5, Xavier Rose. At forward, a 6'5" sophomore from Northport, Florida, number 24, Brendan Hill. At guard, a 5'9" senior from Jacksonville, Florida, number 25, Zach Chiatti. And the head coach of the Eagles in his first year out of the University of Albany, Nate DeLeon. It's South Region competition here inside Trinity Eagles Gymnasium on the campus of Trinity Baptist College on the west side of Jacksonville, Florida. And you're watching the Eagles getting ready to take on the Bob Jones University Bruins. I'm Ray Bureau, and once again, you're joining us live on the TBC Eagles Sports Network as South Region competition continues. The Eagles are 1-1 in South Region competition. This is the first game of the season within the South Region for the Bruins, and we'll tell you more in just a bit. Right now, the opening tip-off, and today's ball game is underway. Eagles overall are 3-4, and we already have our first whistle. I didn't catch what the whistle was for, but it is going to stay Bob Jones' possession. Eagles 3-4 overall on the season, and as we said a moment ago, 1-1 in South Region competition. A win over Pensacola Christian College and a loss to Southeastern Baptist College. Meanwhile, the Bruins from Bob Jones University, 4 wins, 3 losses overall. No record yet in South Region competition. Their last game was against Huntington College on December 15th, and they won that game by a score of 101-91. Eagles last played an exhibition against Division I University of North Florida. North Florida won that game as we have our first basket by Elijah Couples, who averages 17.1 points per game. Eagles, though, played very well, getting their second highest point total ever against a Division I opponent when they put 72 on the board. That is Brandon Hill, who averages 6.3, taking the pass from Jace Spinelli. And it's a quick 3-2 start to this afternoon's ball game. Annie Hewling is on camera for us once again this afternoon, and a double dribble violation will give the ball back over to TBC. And a shot clock reset is the reason for the pause. Women's basketball is at Wesleyan College. Last I saw, the Eagles led by 9 points with about 2:12 left, and we'll try to see if we can get an update on that game before too long. Zach Chiatti guarded well by Trevor Brunson, and many of these Bruins we've seen on our home court a number of times in the last several years. Spinelli, a pump fake, pulls up for 2. It's off the rim, and this ball batted out of bounds by Hayes Brush. He is one of those Bruins that we've seen many times here at Trinity Gymnasium, the graduate student from Greer, South Carolina. And he has always helped his team here at Trinity Gymnasium and up at Greenville have fantastic games, some wins, some losses against TBC, 2 very evenly matched teams. However, the Bruins are averaging 80.6 points per game, while the Eagles are at 74.3. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bruins with 26 seconds on the shot clock. Bruins wearing the navy blue with the light blue trim, and the Eagles in the home whites. Big man Camden Gearhart, 7'0", number 50, the center for the Bruins. Brush guarded by Rose, tries to spin his way around, kicks it back outside, and a tangle up between Zach Chiatti and Elijah Couples. And that foul is going against Zach Chiatti, the first foul of the game. 3-2 our score, as you see on the screen. And as I always say, what you see on the screen is not official. The clock and scoreboard inside Trinity Gymnasium is, but we always keep it very close, if not right spot on. That's Couples kicking it outside to Gearhart, and the big man hits the 3. He averages 8.4 points per game. And as a team, Bob Jones is shooting 37% from beyond the arc entering play today, and they've hit their first 2 attempts. 51% from the field overall, and at the line, a fantastic 82.6%. Bounce pass to Xavier Rose, 10 to shoot. Brandon Hill has to get it back out to Chiatti. Shot clock at 5. Chiatti's pass blocked. Spinelli will not get the shot off, and a violation will give the ball to the Bruins, who already lead at 6-2. Trinity Baptist averages 74.3 points per game while allowing 81.0. The Eagles as a team are shooting 40.6% from the field, 28.4% from three-point range, and 61.1% at the free throw line. Their South Region wins was a Pensacola Christian victory, 76-73, as Trinity Baptist held off a Pensacola late comeback effort. That game was on December 1st. And one night before at Southeastern Baptist, Eagles fell 85-74. So that's the 1-1 record within South Region competition for Trinity Baptist. And again, Bob Jones has yet to play a South Region matchup. I'm going to see if I can get an update on the women's basketball game. The Eagles playing at Wesleyan College. Last I saw, they were ahead by 9 with about 2:12 left. 75-64 with a minute 13 is what I can see right now. Trinity Baptist looking to hold on for the win up in Macon, Georgia. Coach Alicia Lewis leading this year's women's basketball team. 3-4 record coming into today's play. They've also played a lot of exhibition games against Division I and Division II opponents, as have the men, and as have the Bob Jones University Bruins as well. There's a bounce pass, and then eventually to Gearhart, and the 7-footer has an easy time getting over the TBC defenders, and Bob Jones is up to a quick 8-2 lead. Chiatti gets past the timeline. Right side of the paint, that's Thompson, 4-3, the Toccoa Falls College transfer. And it goes off Chiatti and out of bounds over to the Bruins. Bob Jones with a very quick start. Shad Vanderhart averages 5 points, 1 points per game. He is now on the court. And he inbounds the ball to Trevor Brunson, another longtime BJU Bruin who we've seen on this court many times in the last few years. Outside the arc is Kenny Garrick. Swings it back to Vanderhart. 13 to shoot. Thompson on the defense, and a spin move by Brunson, but the ball does not go. Gearhart gets the rebound. Second chance is good. Already 7 points for Camden Gearhart, the 7-foot center, a junior from Greenville. And a great pass up the court to Brandon Hill, his second basket. He has all 4 of the points that TBC has scored, and the Eagles trail by 6. Hello to Caitlin Unruh, the fantastic sports information director of Bob Jones University. We know she's watching. And women's basketball, Bob Jones will be here Monday night to take on the Eagles. Spinelli for 3, off the rim, rebound by Vanderhart. Very quick transition up the court for Couples. Garrick at the top of the arc to Brunson, outside to Vanderhart. Gearhart guarded by TBC's big man, Brandon Hill. Spin move, and the basket a little too strong, and Rose with the rebound, the 5'9" junior from Valdosta, or Quitman, Georgia, rather. And a bounce pass to Hill. It's off the rim and glass, no good. Brunson picks up the rebound off the floor. And again, the Bruins using their speed, getting up court, and getting the basket is Elijah Couples. His second score, he has a 3 and a deuce. And it's a 12-4 lead for the Bob Jones Bruins. Spinelli back at midcourt, bounce pass to Rose, spin move, kicked it outside, and the pass is intercepted by Garrick. But Thompson is able to pick it back right off to get the basket and the foul. Thompson will have a chance at a 3-point play. The foul is against Camden Gearhart, his first, and team foul number 1 for the Bruins. Thompson averages 4.9 points per game. That's his first score. It's 12-6, and Thompson with TBC's first free throw attempt. Eagles as a team, 61.6% from the line, and Thompson hits the 3-point play. He is a 50% three-point shooter. I might have that incorrect. That is correct. Coming into today's play, now 8 out of 15 haven't made that three-pointer. Turnaround jumper is good inside the paint. Dylan Harris averages 2.5 points per game. Rose back at midcourt. 7-point Bruins lead. Spinelli collides with Harris and loses control of the ball. And that'll turn it over to Bob Jones. We have ourselves a timeout with the score 14-7 in favor of Bob Jones. Timeout called by Nate DeLeon. And no, they're going to wave off the timeout. The Eagles are back on the court, and so is one Bruin. And here come a couple more. So no timeout. And it looks like women's basketball has defeated Wesleyan 73-61, a 12-point win for Trinity Baptist women's basketball against NCAA Division III Wesleyan College. And right there we saw Shad Vanderhart get his first basket of the game, and the Bruins lead 16-7. And a bounce pass, knocked down, but Chiotti's able to regain control. Thompson thought about the three, goes inside 1-on-2 and draws the foul. Could be either Brush or Gearhart. Well, didn't quite see which Bruin. It looks like it is Dylan Harris, and if I have that right, it's his first. Liam Davis, our official stats keeper this afternoon. Always does a fantastic job. And that foul was Dylan Harris. Pass gets away, Couples. But Ian Kennedy comes from behind and gets the rejection, but then a foul called. Might be Zach Chiotti on the second attempt, and it looks like that is the case. And if I have it right, that's number 2, but credit goes to Ian Kennedy, a terrific defensive play. Tostanis Pouncey at the line. The Bruins as a team, 82.6%. And the first of 2 bounces off the rim. Pouncey missed the first. Number 2 is good. Well, the Bruins don't miss many free throws. As a team, 109 for 132 entering play today, so 110 for 134. And Pouncey himself is now 14 out of 15. He hadn't missed a free throw until that first one a moment ago. Xavier Rose takes it all the way in. He's a leading scorer for TBC at 13.6 points per game. But the Eagles, they spread their scoring around. Many teams will have 1 or 2 that score the bulk of their points. Trinity Baptist, they get pretty even scoring from their starting 5. Rose leads. That's 13.6. He is the only one in double digits on average. But again, the rest of the starting lineup very close to 10 points per game. That's led to a 3-4 official record. Ian Kennedy and Jace Spinelli each scored 10 at UNF on December 16th. Pass goes inside, collision, the ball hits off Kennedy, but the Bruins take control. Kennedy then with the steal on the pass attempt. He races up the sideline with Pouncey. Almost lost possession, but held on. Diego Fernandez back out to Kennedy, wide open for 3 from the corner. It's off the rim. Eagles, as a team, 28.4% from three-point range. 12:46 left to go in the first half. Very fast-paced, only a few stops in play. And that is Hayes Brush getting the basket and the foul. His first score, he averages 8 points per game. And the foul goes to Ian Kennedy, his first, and team foul number 3. Brush got the basket, a chance to make this an 11-point lead. Substitution sends Trevor Brunson in for Elijah Couples. 12:40 left to go until the intermission. And again, a very fast-paced ball game in the first half of the first half. And an unusual miss for Hayes Brush, normally a fantastic free throw shooter, came in at 73% on the season. To Fernandez, inside the paint, back out to Kennedy, and a traveling violation. Kennedy moved his feet a little too quickly. Well, 28 left until the intermission. And the Bruins work the ball quickly up to their offensive side of the court. Brush kicks it outside to Garrick. Terrific ball movement without it hitting the floor, and then kick back out. Rose got a hand on it, 10 to shoot. Garrick up inside and high off the glass. Kenny Garrick, his first basket. He averages 7.3 points per game. That score was 79-67. Women's basketball defeated Wesleyan College. We get you some of the details of that game when we get an opportunity. Congratulations to the Eagles women's basketball with the 12-point win at Wesleyan. And a collision near midcourt. And it looks like Pouncey will get called for his first foul. Bruins fans, and there are plenty of them here at Trinity Gymnasium, they wanted an offensive foul. They didn't get the call. I am surrounded by Bruins fans, so I better speak nicely of Bob Jones University. They always bring a terrific following. Bob Jones and Toccoa Falls College, they will fill up Trinity Gymnasium almost every time those teams make the trip to Jacksonville. Rose inside the paint, but couldn't get the finger roll to drop through. 12-point Bruins lead, and they're looking to tack on. 22 to shoot. Couples pump fake, finds Garrick inside. Garrick couldn't get a handle on it, but he found Brunson, who buries a three. Trevor Brunson on the board. He averages 9.3 points per game. That is his fifth three-pointer of the season, but Diego Fernandez answers in response with a long two. First score of the game for Fernandez, who averages 7.9, 24-11. Bob Jones off to a very quick start. Brunson again for three, and this one's a little too strong. And it goes out of bounds. It is last touched by Hill. So then Bob Jones will keep possession. It is 24-11. Hey, fans, how did the women's soccer team do in the national tournament? I think they won the South region. Didn't win the tournament, but they played excellent well. They are the national champions is what we are telling. Congratulations. Something I did know, but it just slipped my mind. 26-11 and a block shot. Bob Jones women's soccer won it all once again. What a phenomenal athletics program the Bruins have. And there's Elijah Couples. He has 7 points, if I have it correct. Coming up on the midway point right now, 28-11, a big lead for the Bruins. Fernandez for three off the rim. Hayes Brush with the rebound. For Pensacola Christian women's basketball, defending national champions as well. South region very well represented at most of the national tournaments. That's a missed opportunity for Rose and the Eagles. About 9.5 left, 28-11, and a foul. Could be either Rose or Fernandez. We'll see which one gets a call. It will be Diego Fernandez with his first. Shot did not fall, but it's 2 free throws for Dylan Harris. At the line, Dylan Harris, 3 for 4 so far this season. And the first of 2 is a little wide to the right. Jaquez Anderson makes his first appearance for Coach DeLeon this afternoon. He takes over for Brandon Hill. First one did not go, but it is a 17-point lead for the Bruins. And free throw number 2 is good. 2 for 5 are the Bruins from the line. The Eagles 1 for 1. Ian Kennedy with the layup. 29-13 is the score. The Eagles will have to work from behind. There's a start as Rose takes it all the way in for the finger roll. Xavier Rose knows the situation. We'd love to see him get the dunk, but he knows the Eagles need points, and he's going to take the easy 2. Brunson pump fake, gets around Korth Loader, and the ball bounces off the rim twice and drops in for Brunson, who now has 5. And a 16-point lead for Bob Jones. And again, the Bob Jones women's team here Monday night to take on Trinity Baptist. I believe that's a 6 p.m. start time, if I'm remembering correctly. Brunson behind the back, fancy movement of the ball, and then the ball's taken away by Jaquez Anderson. Fernandez 1-on-3. Basket does not go. Korth Loader the rebound. Guarded by 2. The basket is good and a foul. Could be either Garrick or Harris. Both of them right on top. And it goes against Dylan Harris. And Gavin Korth Loader at the line. 3.7 points per game. His first basket. And Korth Loader a chance. Pull the Eagles a little bit closer. It's good. So the Eagles have hit both free throws so far, both of them at the back end of the old-fashioned three-point play. 31-18 the score. Kicked outside to Brunson. A pump fake from 3. Gets inside the arc, guarded by 2. Anderson now right on top of Vanderhart. Ball batted up in the air thanks to Fernandez. It goes out of bounds. And we're going to see which team has possession. 2 officials talking about it. Fernandez knocked the ball away, and then it hit off one of the Bruins' offensive players and out of bounds back over to TBC. Credit the officials. They got together. Quick pass up the court to Korth Loader. Anderson for 3, a little short off the rim, but rebounded by Rose. And a second chance on the pump fake. Fernandez inside and a block shot. Anderson rejected by Gearhart. Korth Loader pulls up off the rim and rebound Camden Gearhart. One of the very few 7-footers you're going to see in the South region. That three-pointer a little strong from Brunson. Here comes Fernandez, and here come the Eagles. Trying to cut into what was a 17-point deficit not long ago. Couple of pump fakes by Korth Loader, and a shot rejected, and the Bruins trying to get the lead back up closer to 20. Korth Loader with the pick across midcourt. Left side of the paint, off the glass. He wanted to call. He didn't get it. And Hayes Brush gets the ball. Lead is 13 for the Bruins. 6:47 and counting. Korth Loader on guard of Gearhart right outside the paint. Here's Brunson circling around the paint and drawing the foul. Brunson will shoot 2. The foul is called against Gavin Korth Loader, his first, and team foul number 5. Brunson, first attempts at the line. Bruins are 2 for 5 so far this afternoon as a team. And Brunson at the line, one of the best at 82.6%. And a first of 2 is a little bit strong. Unusual miss for Brunson, who was 19 for 23 before that shot. Xavier Rose heads out. Korth Loader also heads out. Thompson and Spinelli back onto the court for Coach DeLeon. And the second of 2. This one is good. So the Bruins now 3 for 6 from the line. Again, 82.6% as a team. And 6:36 remaining until the intermission. The Eagles, though, trail 32-18. Kennedy to Fernandez to Thompson. Back to Kennedy. Long three-pointer off the rim. And an excellent rebound coming up from behind everybody. Tostatus Pouncey. Garrick back to Pouncey, guarded by Spinelli. Right outside the paint, 1-on-2. Eagles fans want a traveling call. They're not going to get. Shot misses everything into the hands of Kennedy. And Spinelli finds Anderson. And the ball's picked off. Pouncey takes the long football-style pass. Couldn't convert, but Couples is right there to put it back in. 9 points for Elijah Couples and a 15-point lead for the Bruins. Fernandez all the way across the court to Kennedy. Another three-point attempt. This one is good. Kennedy now with 5. His first made 3. 34-21 the score. 5:25 and counting until the intermission. Couples 1-on-3, and he's fouled. Looked to me like it was DJ Thompson. We'll see if that's the call. There were 3 Eagles defenders right on top. And the call does go to Thompson, his first. And team foul number 6. So after the ball's put back into play, the Bruins will be in the bonus for the rest of the half. Meanwhile, Elijah Couples will get his first attempts at the line. A little bit of housekeeping duty first. Elijah Couples, 85.7% at the line, 36 out of 42. Again, the numbers I'm giving you are just the official games for both these teams you're watching now. Both have played a number of exhibitions against Division I and Division II opponents as well. But the Bruins averaging 80.6 points per game in their 7 official ball games. And a little unusual to see them missing free throws. They're now 3 out of 7. And Couples missed his first. And here comes number 2. This one is good. So make that now 4 out of 8 as a team. It is 35-21, a 14-point lead. Thompson to Rose. And although Gerhardt didn't get a hand on the ball, he may have forced Rose to change the shot just enough for the miss. Garrick outside to Pouncey. They work it back to Gerhardt, who already has a 3, going for a second and did not go. And a whistle on the rebound attempt. Thompson was hit and knocked down. It's going to be Eagles ball. Trying to see who the foul was called on. I did not see the officials give a signal, but it is the 4th team foul. See if we can get that from Liam Davis when we get an opportunity. Of course, we have our live stats. Go to our schedule page. Find this game as you scroll down. A backcourt violation. Coach DeLeon says the ball was tipped. The appeal to the official on the near sideline. And Coach DeLeon is ruled correct. The ball was tipped, so the Eagles are going to keep possession. They'll have to inbound in the backcourt. And a very powerful move by Davion D.J. Thompson for his second field goal. 5 total points. Eagles are still trailing, though, by 12. Women's basketball won 79-67 at Wesleyan. When we get a chance, we'll try to give you some of the totals for the Eagles. Thank you for Wesleyan sending us a box score immediately after the game. Brunson, his second chance, gets that one off the glass. He now has 7. Coming up on 4 minutes left in the first half. And a 14-point Bruins lead. They jumped out to a quick early lead. And each time the Eagles have started to make a run, the Bruins have put a stop to it. Bounce pass to Kennedy. Anderson, 4-3, off the rim. Thompson rebounds. Bruins definitely have the size advantage over TBC. Thompson, reverse layup, draws the foul. That will be number 2 on Camden Gearhart, team foul number 5. So that call a little while ago was not a foul against Bob Jones. They had just reset the team fouls on the scoreboard. It is 5 for the Bruins, 6 for the Eagles. And Thompson at the line. He'll shoot 2. He's 1 for 1 so far, and now 2 for 2. And his 6th point. And Thompson on the season came in shooting free throws at 7 for 14, but he's now 2 for 2. Eagles have had their trouble at the line in some parts of the season, and other games they've shot very well like they have so far today. 4 for 4 here in the first half. 37-25, 3.5 left in the first half. Again, a very fast-paced game. That's Brunson for 3, a little strong, but he gets his own long rebound. Has some help to the corner. Vanderhart misses everything, and Thompson hustles up court, but Brush with the pass behind the intended target. Brush right there to pick it off, the graduate student. Hayes Brush gets the ball right back inside the paint and beats 2 defenders for the very short jumper. 39-25, Bruins lead, under 3 minutes left in the half. Eagles having a little trouble holding on to the ball of late. That ball was tipped a little bit, and it bounces out of bounds. It was Shad Vanderhart who got his hand on the ball. The ball then hit off the rim and then out of bounds. So the Eagles keep possession. They'll get 20 seconds on the shot clock. Kenny Garrick in and Shad Vanderhart out. Garrick averaging 7.3, the leading scorer for the Bruins. Elijah Couples at 17.1 points per game. And Trevor Brunson is next with 9.3. Anderson takes the pass, pulls up, that's for 2, and it's good. Jaquez Anderson averages 8.3 points per game, the junior from Valdosta, Georgia. Garrick all the way across the court. Tell you, these Bruins, they move the ball in a hurry. They don't give the Eagles a chance to set the defense. And we have ourselves a collision that's going to get called against Xavier Rose on the floor, but the Bruins are in the bonus, so 1-1 for Trevor Brunson. Brunson missed both free throws just a couple of moments ago. Bruins 4 for 8 so far. And Trevor Brunson with the first 1-1 shot, and it is a little bit short. Brunson, a 6'5" junior from Ramsey, North Carolina, majoring in sports management. Fast movement up the court. Spinelli then hits Brandon Hill. Gives Spinelli the assist. Hill with 6 points. Eagles have slowly cut what was a 17-point deficit down to 10, and Brunson is able to keep the ball in the front court. Good pass inside, all ball with the hands, but the hips got the body, and a foul against TBC's Brandon Hill. It's his first and team foul number 8. That means a couple of free throws for Shad Vanderhart. He averages 5.1 points per game, his first attempts at the line this afternoon. And his first attempts, number 1 is good. He's now 6 for 6 on the season. Bruins 5 for 9 overall. Number 2 is in and out, rebounded by Hill. Unusual to see the Bruins not hit both attempts. They do that quite often. And Quiz Anderson with the air ball. It's rebounded by Vanderhart. Coming up on a buck and a half left to go until the intermission. Timeout. Zach Chiatti over at the table. He'll check in. And that'll give us a chance to take a look at the stats from the women's basketball game. The winners at Wesleyan College, 79-67. Madeline Tuesday, 29 points for the TBC Eagles. She hit 12 field goals. She was also 5 for 9 at the line. So fantastic performance, 29 points for Madeline Tuesday. Emma Parrish scored 14 for the Eagles. Katia Bogan with 13. And Renajala Brown with 11. I'm going to pause here and make the announcement to the crowd. Eagles fans, final score from Macon, Georgia. TBC women's basketball defeated Wesleyan 79-67. Madeline Tuesday scored 29 points. Congratulations to the women's basketball TBC Eagles. Here on the men's court, on the home court for the Eagles, it is 40-29. Bob Jones led by as much as 17 earlier in the half. It is now 11. 1:34 left in the first half. Zach Chiatti did check in. He's on the court along with Xavier Rose, Jaquez Anderson, Brandon Hill, and Jace Spinelli. It is Trevor Brunson, Dylan Harris, Elijah Couples, Shad Vanderhart, and we're waiting one more Bruin to come out onto the court. I'm told it'll be Kenny Garrick, and there he is, ready to inbound the ball. He was hiding behind the official. That's why I didn't see him. I don't know what the delay was for, though. Bounce pass to Vanderhart. There's Garrick, who snuck in from the sidelines, and his pass batted away. And Xavier Rose brings it past midcourt. Might have gotten away with moving his feet a little too much. Chiatti trapped in the corner by Garrick, and a whistle. Looks like a timeout called by Coach DeLeon with 1:14 left. 40-29, and we'll pause here, and we'll be back after this 30-second message from the NCCAA. Bob Jones got off to a fantastic start, and they have thwarted a number of good comeback efforts by Trinity Baptist. Elijah Couples leads everybody so far with 10 points. And for the Eagles, DJ Thompson is the leader with 7. Bruins are shooting 51.6%. That's about their season average as well. The Eagles are at 37.5%. Bruins have put on a fantastic defensive showing as well. There's another defensive play that results in a jump ball. The Eagles will have possession. That's our first jump ball called. The Bruins got the opening tip-off. 1:01 left to go in the first half, and TBC is looking to cut into a current 11-point deficit. And the official's gone over to the scorer's table. They're just checking to make sure everything is right. And they're going to reset the game clock and the shot clock as well. Game clock says 45.5 seconds. Shot clock says 4. And now we are ready to resume play. Rose will inbound, finds Chiatti. Has to get the shot off quickly. Garrick bats it out of bounds. And they reset the clock again to 58.8 and 2 seconds on the shot clock. That's a turnaround jumper from Hill. He beat the shot clock and will draw a foul as he goes up for a second chance. Looked like the foul was called on Kenny Garrick, if I saw that correctly. Of course, during halftime, I'm going to check all the numbers with Liam Davis, our official scorekeeper. Eagles not in the bonus. That's just team foul number 6. 53.4 seconds left. Spinelli to Chiatti. Left-handed shot, and he draws the foul. Chiatti hit the floor pretty hard, but he's all right. Teammates help him up. And Zach Chiatti, one very good free throw shooter, will head to the line. First attempts of the afternoon, he averages 8 points per game. On the season, Chiatti is at 67%. Had a tough start to the season, but has really turned it on at the line of late. Zach Chiatti scored 15 points at Division I UNF on December 16th, and so did Brandon Hill, and the Eagles scored 72. Their second highest point total ever against a Division I team. That one takes a few bounces around and drops out. That's the first miss of the day for any Eagles free throw shooter. 4 for 5, and Chiatti ready for number 2. And this one is up, and it is good. The Jacksonville native goes 1 for 2. 47.1 seconds left in the first half. The Eagles have cut the deficit down to 10, but they're still trailing 40-30. Victoria Broadway scored 5 points up at Wesleyan College in Macon, and Acacia Haynes finished with 7. The Eagles played that game with 7 players, and they came away with the 12-point win. Wesleyan also had a 29-point score as well. Otashi Barrage, she put on a barrage with 29 points. She had 3 3-pointers in that effort to match Madeline Tuze for the game high. Eagles also made 20 free throws up there in Macon. That helped them get that 12-point win. They were able to sink 20 out of 30 attempts. And they were pretty good from three-point range as well. They hit 9 3-pointers. See if I saw that right. Nope, I read the wrong column. They did hit a few three-pointers, however. Either way, they got the W. Bob Jones leads by 10, 40 seconds left. Wide open for 3 is Garrett. Can't leave him that open very much. That one spun around and dropped out. Here comes Chiatti up the left side of the court. Bruins fans trying to cheer on the defense. Rose bounce pass stolen by Garrick. Pass over the head of Couples, perfectly placed, and Couples feeds Brunson for the layup. 9 points for Trevor Brunson. 10 seconds left. Anderson 4-3, a little strong. Hill rebounds. 1-on-2, takes it back up and makes the layup. Brandon Hill with 8 points for TBC. That one would have counted, and it hit the rim from almost the full court. And fortunately for the Eagles, that one bounced backwards instead of forward. Halftime intermission with the score: Bob Jones University 42, Trinity Baptist College 32. A very fast-paced first half, and Bob Jones halfway to their season average of 80.6 points per game. We're going to pause here for the halftime intermission. When we come back, we'll recap the first half and get ready for the second. You're watching TBC Eagles men's basketball on the TBC Eagles Sports Network. Stay with us. Bob Jones University Bruins are 4-3 overall on the season. They are undefeated, 4 wins, no losses at home. They're looking for their first road victory, and they lead by 10 as we get ready to start the second half. No wins, 2 losses, and 1 loss in 1 neutral game. Meanwhile, the Trinity Baptist College Eagles 3-4 entering play today, 1-1 in South Region play. They are 2-1 here on the home court, 1-3 away from home. Actually, 1-1 on the home court and 1 win, no losses in neutral territory. We are back underway. Bob Jones leads 42-32. They shot an even 50% in the first half, 17 out of 34. They were just 3 for 13 from three-point range. Brunson pump fake. Couples 4-3. That's good, so that percentage will go up a little bit. And that's point number 13 for Elijah Couples. Bruins are 5 for 12 at the line and pulled in 16 rebounds in the first half. Eagles 37.1% in the first half. Another good defensive play by a Bob Jones Bruin defender. Eagles just 1 for 12 from beyond the arc, 5 for 6 at the line, and they out-rebounded Bob Jones 17-16, but the Bruins got the first 3 points of the second half, and they're looking to tack on to a current 13-point lead. Couples leads everybody with those 13 points, and a spin move and a basket for Shad Vanderhart. He now has 5. Also with 10 points in the first half, Trevor Brunson joining Couples, but now Couples with 13. Rose collides with Brush, and it will be Bruins basketball. No foul called. The ball goes out of bounds. Hayes Brush scored 4, as did Kenny Garrick. Camden Gearhart had 7, including a three-pointer. Vanderhart with 3 in the first half, now with 5. Dylan Harris with 3, and Tostatus Pouncey with 1. That's Garrick for 3. It's good. Garrick now with 7 for the Eagles. Brandon Hill led everybody with 8 points. DJ Thompson 7. Ian Kennedy had 5. That's Zach Chiatti with possession. Chiatti scored 1. And now he has 3. His first field goal, he got a free throw in the first half. Xavier Rose with 4. Ian Kennedy with 5. Diego Fernandez and Jaquez Anderson each with 2. Nobody in serious foul trouble, but Dylan Harris does have 3 for the Bruins, 2 for Gearhart, and 1 each from Pouncey, Brush, and Vanderhart. Tell you the Eagles foul situation in a moment. Couples, a short turnaround jumper. He now has 15 points. 2 fouls for Zach Chiatti, 1 each for Thompson, Rose, Kennedy, Fernandez, Simmons, or rather Brandon Hill, and Gavin Korth-Loader. Brunson with the steal, coast to coast, underhand layup, and an offensive foul called against Trevor Brunson. Jace Spinelli, that's one of his specialties, getting his body set in front of the charging offensive player and picking up the foul for the offense. Eagles, though, still trail by 18 at 52-34. They're going to have to work from behind here in this second half. Chiatti tries to go inside against 3. Ball's out toward the corner. That is a reverse layup, and it is good for Brandon Hill. Great ball movement by the Eagles, and they're able to get a stop and a chance to cut the deficit a little bit further. Spinelli inside and gets the layup off the glass. His first basket, he averages 7.9 points per game. It's still a 16-point deficit, however, at 52-36. Tell you what, these Bruins, they got that big lead early, and they have not let up. Eagles have fought hard, got the deficit down to 10, but right now it's 16. The defense by the Bruins, that's been the biggest difference so far in the first half, plus the first 3.5 of the second. That did beat the shot clock and hit the rim, so play continues. Bruins defense held the Eagles to just 37% shooting in that first half. And Spinelli collides with Brunson, and Brunson comes away with the ball. Bruins now looking to go up 18, possibly 19 with a three-point play. They've hit a couple threes already in this second half. Brush against Spinelli, and Brush wins the battle and gets the jumper off the glass. He now has 6, 2 more, and he'll hit his season average. Gearhart over at the scorer's table, ready to enter at the next opportunity. Eagles miss the short jumper. Here comes Hayes Brush taking the handoff up the right side of the court. Gearhart back inside the Brush, and we're going to have ourselves a foul. Looks like reaching in will be called against DJ Thompson, and that is his second foul. Each team has committed 1 in this second half. And here comes Camden Gearhart. He has 7 points and averages 8.4. Brush will head off, taking 6 points to the bench, and we'll see him before too long. Bruins do inbound. That's Gearhart against Hill. Watch the 3 seconds, and he gets a shot off in time and scores. 9 points for Camden Gearhart. 56 for the Bruins, and the lead is up to 20. They have come out of the locker room on fire. They led by 10 at halftime and now 20. And the Eagles, after a couple of baskets a few minutes ago, have had a little trouble getting it through once again. This is Couples, pull-up jumper, a little strong, rebound Chiatti. All the Bruins have gone back on defense, where they have done an exceptional job this afternoon. The ball kicked and out of bounds. It'll stay with the Eagles with 22 seconds on the shot clock. 14:49 left in the ball game. And these Bruins, they've come down to Jacksonville with a big W in mind, and they lead by 20. I thought when I saw that they were coming here, they were going to play a couple in the state of Florida, but they're heading back home, and they'll be back in the state of Florida within a week. In fact, they're going to play home against Trinity College on January 11th, so not in the state of Florida, in South Carolina. They're going to Johnson and Wales University on the 13th. Three-pointer for Spinelli is good. He now has 5, all of them in the second half. Then another South Region matchup against Toccoa Falls on January 16th for the Bob Jones Bruins. And it's going to be another offensive foul called against the Bruins. This one against Elijah Couples, his first and team foul number 2. After today, Trinity Baptist will be on the home court on Monday, January 9th against NCCAA Division II Mideast Region Grace Christian University from Michigan. Diego Fernandez is fouled. Was he outside the arc? Will it be 2 or 3 shots? We're about to find out. The foul is called against Shad Vanderhart, his second. So Diego Fernandez at the line for the first time. It is 3 shots. He was shooting a three-pointer, and he makes the first. Fernandez now with 3 points this afternoon at the line, 78.3% free throw shooter. And number 2 is up and good as well. He goes 2 for 2. The Eagles at the moment are 7 out of 8 at the line. They've done well in limited opportunities so far. And number 3 for Fernandez, and he hits all 3 free throws, 5 total points. And a terrific 8 for 9 performance by the Eagles at the line. However, they're still trailing 56-42. About 14 minutes left. Brush, we told you he'd be back soon, and he gets the pass off to Garrick, who could not hit the 3. Fernandez loses the ball out of bounds. And it will be Bruins basketball. Bruins will inbound right in front of their own bench. Head coach Burton Uero in his 7th season leading the men's basketball team, assisted by Dr. Tony Miller and Mr. John Barron. Couples turnaround jumper and a swish. Couples with 17. That's his season average, 17.1 to be more specific. Great pass inside to Hill, but a little strong. Second chance, no, blocked and pulled in by Brush. But Brush's pass a little bit out of reach of Kenny Garrick, and the Eagles catch a break. Garrick would have had a certain easy layup. Eagles stave off that score, but they still trail by 16. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Rose to the right side of the paint. Fernandez along the baseline, hits Spinelli. He pulls up for three, a little bit strong, and Brush with the rebound. Up on 13 minutes left, and Bob Jones has not let up one bit. Spinelli with the steal. Spinelli one-on-one with Brush and a foul. Hayes Brush will get called for personal foul number 2, sending Jace Spinelli to the line. And Spinelli 9 for 18 in official games this season. 5 points so far, all of those in the early portions of the second half. Clock stops at 12:54. 2 free throws for Spinelli. Number 1 up and a little strong. Jace Spinelli, third season here at TBC, a junior from Orlando. Couples heads out. Trevor Brunson back in. He has 10. Spinelli missed his first. Only the second miss for the Eagles on the afternoon. Number 2 is good. Eagles now 9 for 11 at the line. That's where they've done their work. But the defense by the Bruins has kept them under 40% overall, 37% in the first half, and now 34.8% overall. And Brush guarded by newcomer Ian Kennedy. And some jersey tugging going on, and Brandon Hill will get called for the foul. And for Hill, that's foul number 2. It's team foul number 2 of the second half, and that will put Camden Gearhart on the line. And Gearhart ready for the first of 2. It is good. Bruins had trouble in the first half. 5 for 12. And now 7 out of 14. Gearhart 82% from the line before those 2 shots. And a second field goal for Diego Fernandez. Bruins leading 60-45. That's Pouncey guarded by Fernandez. Gets through 2 defenders, including Fernandez, but misses the shot. And a 3-second violation will be called against Camden Gearhart. And the Eagles will get possession, trailing by 15. Garrick out, and Shad Vanderhart back in for the Bruins. Eagles have been fighting from behind the entire ball game. 12:10 left. They trailed by 20 a few minutes ago. It's now 15. Fernandez for 3 off the rim, and a rebound, Vanderhart. This is Pouncey across midcourt. Rush guarded by Kennedy, the local product. Pass to Brunson, runs the baseline, fades back when he hits the big man Hill and gets the layup off the glass. That's now an even dozen for Trevor Brunson, a terrific move. Faded back, got the short jumper to bank it in. Kennedy back out to Fernandez. 16 to shoot. And Kennedy hits Fernandez again, this time to Thompson now. And Thompson trying to get the ball to Fernandez and missed his target. Unforced error will give the ball back to Bob Jones. Hello to Coach Judy Allen, the former TBC Eagles women's basketball coach, now working in the administration. Title IX coordinator for TBC. Brush, pull-up jumper, and a little strong off the back of the rim, but Gearhart, 7-foot big man Camden Gearhart, now with 11 points. Again, the Bruins definitely have the size advantage. Thompson's turnaround jumper is blocked by Gerhardt. And Gerhardt getting some kudos from the fans here right in front of me. And very well deserved. Turn around, underhand layup, no good. Rebound Kennedy, he hits Rose up the left side. A bounce pass to Thompson, wide open for the layup. DJ Thompson with 9, but the Eagles still trail 64-47. Coming up on 10 minutes left in the second half. And again, the Bob Jones Bruins, a very explosive team that averages of almost 81 points per game. High-powered offense, 51% from the floor in their 7 official games. Brush misses the three-point effort. Kennedy to Rose. Bounce pass, Hill, reverse layup is good. And a timeout called by Coach Burton Euro with the score 64-49. 9:56 left until the end of regulation. We'll be back in just a minute. The Bruins are shooting 52% here this afternoon to the Eagles' 37%. Rebounds very even. 1 rebound advantage for TBC, 24-23, but it's been the defensive play of Bob Jones especially that have held Trinity Baptist to under 40% shooting the entire game. That's the biggest difference, as you see on the scoreboard, 64-49. Trinity Baptist has been terrific at the line. We have an announcement to make for the crowd, and we get a moment at the next whistle. Ball work to Brunson. That is for 3, and it is in and out, rebounded by Kennedy. Rose up the right side, finding Fernandez, who could not hit the jumper, and this one is out of bounds. Now for an announcement to the crowd. I'm giving Coach Jones back the microphone. He wants his phone back. Getting that announcement to me here. Meanwhile, that is Dylan Harris with the basket. Now 5 points. Coach John D. Jones, longtime TBC Eagles men's basketball coach. And a slam dunk from Shad Vanderhart. He now has 7, and he ignites the Bruins fans in attendance here. Coach Jones, 350 college wins as a head coach. He is still the athletic director, and we congratulate him on a fantastic coaching career. The foul is called on Shad Vanderhart. That is his 3rd. The basket was good for Brandon Hill, so he has a chance at a 3-point play. And Brandon Hill quietly at 14 points on the afternoon. He had 8 in the first half, now 6, a chance to make it 7 in the second, but that one does not go. Eagles 9 out of 12 at the line this afternoon. And Brandon Hill now 4 for 10 on the season shooting free throws. Couples 4-3, good. Couples with 20 points and a 20-point lead, so Couples has the margin of the lead right now for the Bruins. Another pass inside to Hill and a foul. That's going against Hayes Brush. That is his 3rd. And Brandon Hill will shoot 2 this time. Missed his only attempt so far. That was just a moment ago. 4 for 10 overall on the season, counting that one a moment ago. And Brandon Hill ready, and the free throw is a little bit too strong. Brandon Hill, 6'5" sophomore, 225 pounds from Northport, Florida. Well, the Eagles now 9 out of 13 after a couple of misses. In fact, they've missed 3 out of their last 4. And Hill getting ready for his second one of this sequence. And players on both sides moved. We'll see who touched that inside court first. It's going against TBC's Gavin Korth-Loder, so a lane violation nullifies the made free throw, and the score stays 71-51. Correct call made. There were men on both sides of the line on both teams who all jumped early, but Korth-Loder's foot hit the floor first. Bruins looking to extend a current 20-point lead. Couples to Brush. Right side of the paint, bounce pass, 1-on-2, and a layup is missed. Dylan Harris was double teamed, and that double team may have kept Harris from making that layup. Loose ball on the floor. Kennedy recovers the fumble, but then we have an alternating possession as Couples tried to strip Kennedy of the ball. The Eagles do have the arrow, and they'll inbound after the substitution. That puts Camden Gearhart back onto the court. And Dylan Harris will head off. He has 3 fouls, Harris does. And some more housekeeping duties. And how about a hand for the visiting coaching staff helping us out here on the home court. Very good crowd here on a Saturday afternoon. The Eagles student body is not quite back yet. Their classes resume in a couple of days early in the coming week, but still a good number of fans, many of them down here from South Carolina, fans of the Bob Jones Bruins. Eagles do have a pretty good turnout as well. Long pass to Korth-Loder, pump fake, looks for Hill inside the paint, and Hill is fouled. Looked like Gearhart will get called. No, it is Hayes Brush. And if I have it right, that's number 4 on Brush. Double check that, make sure. Liam Davis, our official scorekeeper. Meanwhile, Brandon Hill shooting 2. And first one is good. Now he hit one last trip up the court, but was nullified due to a lane violation. And that is indeed personal foul number 4 on Hayes Brush. And number 2 for Hill is good. So Hill now 2 for 4 overall. He has 16 points. He is number 2 on the court behind only Elijah Couples of the Bruins, who has 20. Looks like Brush has headed off. Garrick back in. Bob Jones leading by 18. Couples guarded by Rose. Didn't phase him one bit. And the foul will go to Brandon Hill trying to block Gearhart. Shot did not go, but Gearhart will shoot 2. That's 3rd foul on Brandon Hill. It's team foul number 3 for the Eagles. Gearhart 1 for 2 so far this afternoon. And make that 2 for 3, and that gives him an even dozen. And Camden Gearhart, another one of the very good free throw shooting Bruins, 82% entering play today, and right now 2 out of 3. Trying to make it a 20-point margin once again, and he does just that. That's a baker's dozen now for Camden Gearhart. 7:14 left, and Bob Jones leads 73-53. Fernandez hits Rose, who finds Hill wide open, but Hill couldn't control the pass. He regains control and gets a turnaround jumper. Brandon Hill with 18. but still an 18-point deficit for the Eagles. And a pass to Pouncey, finds Couples in the corner. Thought for a moment Couples might have hit the baseline, but he stayed in bounds. And Garrett gets around Diego Fernandez, but misses the jumper. Chiatti to Rose. Inside the paint, and good move by Rose. That's his third basket and 6 total points. Eagles leading scorer. High pass, intercepted by Chiatti. Fernandez all alone, and a good job by Tostadas Pouncey not trying to get inside too deep and pick up the unnecessary foul. He gave Fernandez what he and the Eagles earned. They still lead by 14. And a whistle, a tripping foul. That is on the floor. It's team foul number 4. And personal foul number 2 on Xavier Rose. And they're calling for the dry mop once again. Bob Jones has committed 7 fouls, so TBC is in the bonus. And the Eagles still have 2 fouls to give, but they're trailing by 14 with just over 6 minutes remaining. Eagles are going to have to get some stops and get some points. Well, again, congratulations to the women's team, the 79-67 win over Wesleyan College. Madeline Tuesday, 29 points and 29 rebounds. What a fantastic job for Tuesday, the freshman TBC Eagle. They went up there with only 7 players this afternoon, and they're going to bring a W home. Women's basketball, Bob Jones here at Trinity Baptist this coming Monday night. Then on Tuesday, the men's team plays Grace Christian College. That's a 7 p.m. start time here on the home court. 2 more home games for the men's basketball team. We're playing Toccoa Falls College on Saturday, January 13th. That's going to be a women's-men's doubleheader beginning at 2 p.m. And then Pensacola Christian is here on Tuesday the 16th. The women's game at 6, and the gentlemen to follow at 8. And those are all South Region matchups. Then the Eagles men's team is going to be on the road for the next few games. Bounce pass to Hill. He couldn't convert. Chiatti couldn't get the second chance to go. A golden opportunity goes astray for the Eagles. They need to get the ball past the line. They do so with less than a second to go. Garrick sends it back to Pouncey at midcourt. Pouncey guarded by Chiatti. 10 seconds to shoot right now. Garrick inside the paint. Short jumper is good. Kenny Garrick now with 9. And a whistle for a timeout with the score 75-59 and 5:29 left to go. Timeout called by Coach Uero, a 30-second timeout. I've lost track of the timeouts, but it's 5:29 left and a 75-59 lead for the Bruins. And just like the Division I teams, these South Region opponents are all going to see a whole lot of each other for the rest of the season. Johnson University of Florida, you look at their record, just 2-10, but they are undefeated in the South Region, 2 wins. They defeated Pensacola Christian, and I believe the other win was against Trinity College, if I'm remembering correctly. They've played a whole bunch of NAIA and Division I scholarship programs. This is the first South Region game for Bob Jones University. This is number 3 for Trinity Baptist. And Johnson's other win was indeed against Trinity College of Florida. Both of those very close games. Ball nearly picked off. Hill's able to keep possession, kick it out to Fernandez. He gets through 2 defenders, but not a third one. And the ball goes out of bounds over to the Eagles. Fernandez wanted a foul. He's not getting that call, but they do have possession. So Johnson, that's a team every year. Their record may not show just how well they really do play. Many of their losses against NAIA competition, Still very close. Pensacola is 2-10 overall and 1-3 in the South region. Yeah, but Pensacola Christian, another team, they nearly came back. In fact, they did come back and nearly got a game-tying buzzer beater against Trinity Baptist back in December. I believe that was December 1st. TBC led by almost 20 points late in the second half, and Pensacola just started hitting shot after shot and came away empty on the potential game tire. Here is Fernandez for three. That one grazes the rim and is picked up by Shad Vanderhart. Pensacola has also lost to Johnson University of Florida and Southeastern Baptist. This is Camden Gearhart. He lays it in. He now has 15. The lead is 18 for the Bruins. 77-59. Fernandez at the baseline and will draw a foul. Looked to me like it would be Kenny Garrick. If so, that's a second. And it's 1-1 shooting as the Eagles are in the bonus. And Diego Fernandez at the line. 3 for 3 so far. All three of those came in one sequence. Re-entering is Dylan Harris. And Fernandez came in at 78% and hit his first three. So right now, he is 21 for 26 and now 22 for 27 as he hits the front end of the 1-1 to put himself into double digits. And Fernandez with number 2. This one is good. Brunson started to move but kept the foot still and avoided getting that lane violation. That would have given Fernandez an extra shot. 77-61 the score. Eagles have been trying to fight back, but the Bruins have said no way so far. Again, they have not let up one bit. Their biggest lead so far has been 20. There's Garrick for three. It's a little strong and rebounded by Fernandez. 4 minutes left. Eagles still have some work to do, and a reach-around foul called against Tostatus Pouncey. His second, and again, the Eagles are in the bonus, so that's 1-1. And that is team foul number 9. One more foul will put the Eagles in the double bonus for the rest of the ball game. And here comes the first of two for Fernandez, or the 1-1 rather. But now it's the first of two. Toccoa Falls College, 4-8 overall. One win in South Region play. And Fernandez again goes 2 for 2. He is 7 for 7 at the line. Eagles have done a fantastic job shooting free throws today, but they've been having some trouble from the field. Chiatti could not convert. That's what I'm talking about. They've missed some potential layups like you just saw Chiatti do. Brunson was going for the timeout. Let's see if he got it before any foul was called. It's going to be a foul against Jace Spinelli. Brunson looked like he was trying to call for timeout, but instead the Bruins will take the foul. Team foul number 5, so Bob Jones will inbound. Couples well outside the arc. And the Bruins look like they're going to try to slow things down with the lead, 77-63. And we have ourselves a blocking foul called against Diego Fernandez. That is his second. It is team foul number 6. So after the inbound, the Bruins are essentially in the 1-1. Toccoa Falls has yet to play a South Region contest. Good ball work and a foul reaching in from behind called against Jace Spinelli, his second. And that should be 1-1. That's team foul number 7. And it is Kenny Garrick at the line, his first attempts of the afternoon. Garrick on the season shooting free throws. He is 9 for 11. Actually, I read the wrong one. 2 for 4, now 3 for 5. But he converts. He's now in double digits with 10 and has one more shot. All Bruins defenders back on the defensive side of the court, giving up the rebound to Rose. Jace Spinelli for three. It's good and a foul. His second three-pointer. He now has 9 points, and he has a chance at a 4-point play. I didn't see which Bruin got called for the foul, however. That's team foul number 10, so the Eagles are in the double bonus. And Spinelli, again, a chance at a 4-point play. That would put him into double digits. It is good. He's 2 for 3 at the line, 10 total points, but still trailing by 11 with 3:10 left to go. Couples able to spin his way away from Chiotti. Find Brunson in the corner and an offensive foul. That one goes against Elijah Couples, his second, team foul number 11. No shots on an offensive foul. Still trying to see if I can find out who that last foul was called upon. It was called against Tostadas Pouncey, so he has 3. Not the offensive one, the one on the defensive side a moment ago. 78-67. The Eagles could now get the deficit into single digits as we approach the 3-minute mark. They trailed by 20 early in the second half. Fernandez to Spinelli. 4-3. No, too strong. Missed everything, and Garrick right there to pick it off. And Brush able to keep possession, hit Brunson. And again, the Bruins are going to try to slow it down as the Eagles have made a nice little run. Spinelli guarding Brunson. Last thing the Eagles want to do is commit a foul and put a great free throw shooting team at the line. 3 seconds to shoot. Brush pulls up and buries one. They got the basket and they worked down both the shot clock and the game clock to 2:19 as the ball goes out of bounds, and a timeout called by Coach DeLeon. Full timeout. We will pause right here, and we'll be back on the TBC Eagles Sports Network. And take a little bit more look at South Region competition so far. Trinity Baptist 3-4 overall, 1-1 in South Region play. We have defeated Pensacola Christian 76-73 on December 1st. We fell to Southeastern Baptist, however, 74-85 on November 30th. Trinity College of Florida 3-6 overall. And they have yet to win in 2 South Region games. And overlook Southeastern Baptist. We'll see if we can back it up there. 3-6 overall, 2 wins, no losses in South Region competition. They also defeated Pensacola Christian 46-44 on December 6th, in addition to the win over us. 2:16 left to go. Spinelli for 3, and it's good. His third three-pointer, and all 13 of his points have come in the second half. We're down to a 10-point margin. Eagles still have some work to do, and the defense is trying to put the press on. They get the ball past the timeline. Brunson wide open, and a reach-in foul against Diego Fernandez, and that is number 3 on Fernandez. Trevor Brunson at the line. It is 1-1. Brunson is 1 for 4 so far. As a team, I'll tell you after this free throw, which is good. So right now, Bob Jones has stepped it up at the line, 10 of 18. They struggled in the first half. Make that 11 of 19 and 12 for 20. And those are big free throws because the margin is now 12. The Eagles were on a really good run to cut the deficit down to 10, but now a 12-point deficit as the Eagles have less than 2 minutes to try to trim it down more and potentially tie it up or take the lead. That's going to be difficult the way Bob Jones has played today. The Bruins have surpassed their season average in scoring by 1.4, and the Eagles need a couple more points to hit their season average. And we'll see what happens in the final minute 54. Bob Jones is shooting 52.5% from the field. Trinity Baptist 39.1%. Bruins have hit 6 3-pointers, Trinity 4. And a free throw situation, 12 for 20 for the Bruins and 16 for 20 for TBC. So the Eagles have really done the job at the line, but from the field, Bob Jones has the big advantage. They have made 32 baskets to Trinity's 25. Rebounds go to Trinity Baptist 29 to 28. In fact, the defensive rebounds are also a 1 margin, and Bob Jones leads that 24-23, and that's important to keep the other team from getting off second chance shots. The turnovers, though, Trinity Baptist 20 turnovers, Bob Jones only 13. $1:54 left to go, and Rose will take the inbound pass, and Brunson is going to force Rose to get the ball immediately instead of trying to save a few seconds. Pass to Hill. Outside to Spinelli. 4-3. Good. That's number 4 for Spinelli. 16 points. It is a 9-point deficit. TBC, though, has to get some stops. They do not want to foul. Not if they can get stops without. Shot clock at 17. Game clock, $1:23. Couples gets by Spinelli, and they will slow things down, try to work down the clock as much as possible. Couples now inside. The basket is good, and 1. Brandon Hill, number 4. Team foul number 9, and Couples at the line for 2. He has 20 points. He is 1 for 2 at the line this afternoon. And on the season, came into today's play at 85.7%. So counting today's 1 for 2, Couples is now 37 out of 42, and that's about 84%. Fantastic job at the line, as the Bruins have done all season. And he gets the 3-point play. It's a back up to 12. Basket no good. And coming up on 1 minute left. Couples with 23 points after that last exchange. And the foul is against Jace Spinelli, his 3rd. Spinelli's been red hot in this second half, 16 points, all in the last 19 minutes. Trevor Brunson at the line. He just hit 2 a moment ago. And the first of these 2 is no good. Still a 12-point lead with 61 ticks left on the clock. And number 2 for Brunson is good. Brunson now with 15. That's for 3 from Fernandez, and it's good. Deficit back down to 10, and Fernandez now with 16 points. 14 of them in this second half. And the officials are going to talk about, I heard him say something about the basket. And now they're going to go with the scorer's table and make sure everything is correct. Well, we both have. I have. The scorers table has and the live stats all have 86-76 as you see on the screen. So now the Bruins will inbound. Fernandez, Spinelli, and Hill each was 16 for the Eagles. I had Hill at 18. Liam Davis is the official scorekeeper. And the foul is called against Zach Chiatti. That is his third foul, sending Brunson right back to the line where he has hit 3 out of his last 4. 15 for Brunson. And make that 16. Well, the Bruins had trouble in the first half, but they're doing just fine at the stripe in the second. And number 2 is good. And the free throw shooting is one of the bigger reasons why Trinity Baptist has not pulled any closer. They got as close to 10, but then Trevor Brunson, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6 in this second half. Elijah Couples has hit his only free throw. Garrick Gearhart have combined for 4 out of 6 at the line as well. So a much better performance for the Bruins in this second half. Their total is now 16 out of 25, so that means they are 11 out of 13 in this second half. And again, that's one of the bigger reasons why Trinity Baptist has not been able to get within fewer than 10 points after coming back from a 20-point deficit. Eagles at the line have done a terrific job, 16 out of 20. They're now over 40% from the field, but Bob Jones is shooting 53%. So a well-played game, both offensively and defensively by the Bruins. The Eagles have made a few runs, but because of that defense, have not been able to pull any closer, and because of the free throw shooting, which both teams have ended up doing a very nice job. Again, Trinity Baptist here on the home court. Monday night women's game against Bob Jones. Tuesday night men's game against Grace Christian University from Michigan. Bob Jones will be heading home to play Trinity College of Florida on Thursday, January 11th at Johnson & Wales University on Saturday the 13th. That home game on the 11th is at 7, as is the home game against Toccoa Falls College on January 16th. So the next 2 home games, both South Region contests for Bob Jones. And that one will go back to the Eagles off the hands of Shad Vanderhart. 37.3 seconds remaining. Bob Jones is about to advance to 5-3, 1 win, no losses in the South Region. Eagles will drop to 3-5 and 1-2. Kennedy off the rim and rebounded by Brunson. Very well played ball game by both teams. Bob Jones just able to outlast and hold off the potential comeback effort. They don't have to shoot, and it looks like they're just going to let the clock run down. Elijah Couples with the ball near the scorer's table. 10 seconds to go, and that's going to do it. The final score will be Bob Jones University 88, Trinity Baptist College 76. And again, the Bruins now 5-3 on the season, 1 win, no losses in South Region play. Trinity Baptist 3-5 and now 1-2. Well, we want to thank everybody for joining us here on the TBC Eagles Sports Network. Thank you to the Bruins and their fans as they also made the trip from Greenville, South Carolina and beyond to cheer on the Bruins of Bob Jones University. We want to thank everybody one more time. Nate DeLeon, the head coach of the TBC Eagles, for Coach DeLeon and Athletic Director John D. Jones. I'm Ray Bureau saying good night and God bless you from Trinity Baptist College.